Hello, welcome to TokuCHATsu on the Weekend JoJo, my friend. It's Proton Reviews and Fadit here, also known as Kim and
What's up, all you?
Ryan.
Welcome back to the Weekend Dojo, all you weekend warriors. Tonight we are gonna talk about a few old things and a few new things. To start us off, we're going to be talking about the same old, the latest episode of Kamen Rider X8. Now, I want to preface this by saying that around this time of the year, it is about time for X8 to get his last big upgrade before the end of the show. So, we're going to start off talking about his new power-up. Start us off.
What is the name of the power-up first?
Hyper Muteki.
Hyper Move Deki. Okay. Hyper Move Deki, the best way I can describe it is it's like the Power Star from Super Mario Bros. It makes you invincible, and unless you are unless you are Emu, it only lasts about 10 seconds, like the actual Power Star for Mario. The best way I can describe it, if you've played Super Mario World and you've died several times and it gives you a infinite super power star for the whole level, that is what it's like for Emu. Emu, with this power up, this Gashat, Emu is completely indestructible and is not able to be beat in any way, shape, or form by the enemy from what we've seen so far.
Yes, that is absolutely.
Anything you like to add on that?
Well, I want to explain how it's used between people. Now, the first time Emu tried to use it, obviously it flopped. It didn't open. It failed. So, Dan Kuroto, had to take the Gashat and using the clear little connection bit, slot it into the upgrade, the level 3 port of his gamer driver, and that really didn't change his armor. All it did was cause him to glow yellow while playing that super annoying, hyperactive invincibility music in the background. When Emu uses it, he pops it directly above the screen of the open gamer driver. That's right, the gamer driver has to be open to begin with for him to use it like this. And when he does that, the flap opens up. I'm fairly certain you have to be using the his level 99 Gashat, which is slipping my mind. Whatever. So that a flap falls open. That falls over the screen, the little window into the mirror that reflects the light from the Gashats, and gives him a brand new set of armor. Yes, there are already Pantene commercial remixes of this henshin, because when he does transform, he actually gets new armor with long hair. He's gold. There's glitters everywhere. His eyes are now colored rainbow. He's in the wake. And I swear to God, they're riding Pride Month for this.
I was thinking more like a self-righteous, fabulous predator more than anything.
Yeah, I guess the dreads do look kind of predator-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone can rock fabulous, but
yeah.
But I just think the rainbow eyes this time of year, it was definitely timely, because the rainbow eyes this time of year, and I'm already seeing like a lot of my friends who are part of the LGBT community are posting their Pride Month memes, and I'm sitting here going, I had to check to make sure that was a Kamen Rider meme and not. And I'm certain there are some LGBT Rider fans who are already turning him into their own personal Pride Month mascot, and I think that's awesome.
I think it's awesome too. I'm actually on one of those aminos just because I have friends like that, and I'm going to post that as my new mascot image.
That'd be epic. Now, other characters were involved, obviously. I mean, we definitely saw Dan Kuroto get really pissed when Masamune made another Gashat without his permission, specifically the Tattle Fantasy Gashat. And we see Masamune really pushing Hiro, Kamen Rider Brave, to just suck it up and just use the Gashat. You can't hesitate. And how did he motivate him? By threatening the life of his loved one.
Yes. Matsumune is pissed at this point.
Oh, yeah, he's not liking being beaten. If
No.
like father, like son, as they say. But what I'm most interested about is what Emu had to do to use the Hyper Muteki Gashat. Earlier in the episode, he had convinced Pallid, or Parad, or however you want to pronounce his name, different subtitle artists will have it said different ways, to be sucked up into the Buggle Driver's Vi. And as M said, he would be injected into Masamune in his Chronos form, so that when he paused, he could negate the pause and reset it automatically. Instead, Emu just injected Pallid into himself where he came from, so that he could still use the power of Hyper Gamer M.
Mm-hmm.
And surprisingly, Pallid was not pissed about this. As a matter of fact, he thought it was perfect, and told M that he was excited for their fight in the future. Also in this episode, we get Turbo back on our team, because it was revealed what he whispered in Emu's ear, and I called it while you were at that convention. He was telling Emu to play along.
Mm-hmm. You called it 2 weeks ago, man.
Mm-hmm. I'm a wizard.
You're a wizard, Chaz.
Yep, I'm a little too hairy to be hairy, though.
You have a belt to prove it.
Well, yeah, but it's the white wizard driver, so maybe at most I'm a mage.
Okay.
Anywho, so that's what we've got for X8, and I want to run some predictions here, because this is going somewhere. Firstly, I think we're going to see Hiro go into Tattle Legacy in the next episode.
Okay. Didn't we see that in the trailer, though? Or, like, he was in white armor? Was that Tattle Legacy?
That must have been. I must have missed it. Okay, so we know we're going to see him henshin in Tattle Legacy in the next episode.
Yeah.
I have seen pictures, and you can tell, like, the Tattle Legacy armor is very much just a repaint of his Tattle Fantasy armor.
It's more of like a lighter, like angelic color than anything.
Yep. Secondly, I get this feeling deep in my gut that Laser Turbo is going to be getting an upgrade soon.
Maybe.
Because
no, I actually like it is a significant upgrade to keep me on board.
Yep.
For him having an upgrade.
Yep. Well, this is technically an upgrade because he is level X now.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of annoys me, because I feel like it's just a lazy way of using the same Gashat.
Yeah, it is. Hey, well, gotta save money somehow, right?
Yep. I want to see if he gets Giri Giri Chanbara back. I want to see if he uses the proto Giri Giri Chanbara, because it seems like Turbo's whole shtick is that he uses the proto Gashats. They'll calm down. It's just someone walking by. Anyway, so maybe what he'll get is a prototype of, and this sounds dumb and it probably won't happen, but maybe he'll get a prototype of Hyper Muteki.
Something I want to bring up. Did you not see the trailer yet for next week's episode?
I did not. Enlighten me.
Well, I was watching on Kiss, and the trailer, you see, it looks like they're teasing that they're killing off Taiga. Fall down while Nico is shouting Taiga. And that could just be gets knocked out
I
severely
like
injured.
Taiga.
I hope they don't kill him off.
I'm hoping so too. Because if they kill him off, then it's like, we just got Turbo back.
Mm-hmm.
Just got him back.
Yeah. While we're on the topic of Taiga, though, I would like to talk about that subtle joke at the end, poking fun at all the fans who ship Taiga and Nico.
Yeah?
When Kiria says, "Wait, why is she holding your hand like that? Are you two a thing?" And then it's like, "No, it's completely professional." Like he shouts it out loud.
That is the voice of denial.
Yeah.
Now, I want people to keep in mind, Nico, according to the canon, is 19 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Contrary-wise, Poppy is 6 years old. Get your heads out of your pants. So.
But Poppy can pass because she looks like an adult. So the Poppy shippers are kind of have leeway there.
I mean, I guess it depends on when you count her being born. Are we going off the birth of the body that she replaced, or are we going off her own age?
Birth of the body.
Are we going off of the age of her game?
Let's go off of maturity or birth of body, because I assume that body is Dan Kuroto's mom's body, right?
Yes.
With a pink hair, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Off of that.
Yep. So, long story short.
But the just so you know, the Nico and Taiga ship is perfectly legal.
Yes, she's 19, well above the legal age in Japan. Okay?
What is the legal age in Japan? I'm curious now.
You don't want to know.
Okay. I'll ask you later.
Yeah. Because I don't want something to fall out of my mouth and have this channel just... Anywho, moving on. That kind of covers X8. So why don't we move on to another bit of news? And this is the special surprise. We'll talk about Kamen Rider Amazons later for those of you who read the description. But for now, let's talk about this special surprise. Now, I know you liked it, and I know I liked it, and I'm sure several of our viewers who actually watch Kamen Rider like Kamen Rider Double. It was a hit. It was the second installation of the Neo Heisei era. Came right after Decade, which I personally felt bombed. And because it was seated right next to such a disliked series, it shone out that much more. It captured film noir, but it also kept modern elements in it. And that was, I think, probably... It's often credited as being the greatest Kamen Rider series in the Neo Heisei era.
Mm-hmm. What is credited with being the greatest of all? I'm curious. I always hear Double as greatest of all.
It usually is just because it has like the most Western fans. But in the East, Kamen Rider Den-O is more popular. That's why you keep getting sketches with the Taros brothers.
Then. Back to Double. Well, anyways, back to Double.
Yes.
Do you want to break the news?
Well, Toei announced a while a sequel to the Kamen Rider Double series, and they've stated that they will announce the details for the writers and everything on the 3rd of this month, on Monday, but they've said that it will not be an on-screen production. Now, that could mean several things. If it's not on-screen, that leaves us with two options. It's either A, a manga, B, a light novel, or C, an audiobook. Those are the only three things that I can think of, unless we're talking smell-o-vision.
But when they say production, so that production is usually affiliated with live acting.
Well, it's also it's also affiliated with animation as well.
I'm just saying, there's well, not your terms. That's a small chance there's an, but it could be a manga series like Ultraman.
It could be a manga series. However, they also very specifically dropped the phrase "take a new stage." To me, that sounds like it could also be a stage play.
Ah. But I saw concept art. I saw it looks under an anime/manga medium.
True, but that could also be the poster. We're not sure.
Right.
So we're going to enter this with open minds.
Mm-hmm.
But if, like I said, they're going to announce like the full writing team and the artists and everything on Monday, right before the 4th of July. So let's run a few hopes and dreams by the audience before we drop this subject. I hope Philip comes back. I hope this isn't just Kamen Rider joke.
Can you repeat that?
No. Oh, okay, we're good. So yeah, I hope it's not just a Kamen Rider Joker series, because there's no Batman. I need to have Philip there to have my WX, my double. He's not double without another.
Exactly. And what we've seen so far, we've only seen a picture of Shotaro staring at Fudo City.
Yeah.
So we need Philip in there, because remember at the end of Double, didn't Philip come back to life and leave or something like that, or did he die?
He died. Yeah. But he was also part of Earth's grid, so he was watching Shotaro the whole time as well.
Yeah. So there's a way for Double for Philip to come back, I'd assume.
Probably, if he used the extreme memory, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I want to see Excel's daughter. We hear her alluded to all the time, especially in Drive, but we never see her.
Oh yeah, because Axel did come in Drive.
Yeah, he appeared in a special.
Yeah. Because
and we saw him.
Fudo City is right next to
Drive's
city.
Yep, I love that they tied that together.
Yes. So Drive, same universe, the same dimension.
Keep in mind that this was part. Keep in mind this is also part of like the summer movie extra bit setup.
Uh-huh.
We had mini series and summer movies and crossover movies. So unless you count those as canon,
in the same dimension. Yeah, I know. I count them though. So I know like all the show writers are part of the same dimension. Heisei is when it started like separating the worlds. So
it wasn't like Decade was the one who separated the worlds.
Writers are part of.
If we're going by summer movie canon, then yes, all of the Neo Heisei writers would be part of the same world, because we see them just show up. No explanation; they just show up.
Right.
But like I said, I want to see Axel's daughter, because at the end of that Drive special, when he calls home, we see him go full daddy mode.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it. It was funny.
Is she important though?
I think it would make a good plot point. And the reason I say this is, like, he's a cop with a daughter. Not only is he a cop, he's a Kamen Rider. And his biggest enemy is essentially a cartel.
Well, that would make for a good plot. I think about it. Ow.
Yep, so what would be Excel's biggest weakness at this point?
The death of his daughter?
No, the kidnapping of his daughter.
Yeah. I see where you're going with this. To wait until 2 days from now to find out what they're going to do with this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a Sunday stream away.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You were going to tell me about Amazon.
Yes. Kamen Rider Amazons. Now, I've watched the entire first season, and I'm just starting on the second season. Kenny here has only seen the first episode of the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to be doing is pitching it to him.
Fire away.
Okay. So we start with this kind of gritty, dark feeling. Not very common for the show where okay, let me start over. So we've got this new idea for a show. We need to expand to our more adult audiences, the ones who've been watching with us since the beginning of Heisei to the late Showa. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take an old writer from the Showa era, and we're going to revamp his look, and we're going to write an entirely new story. It's going to have a completely new plot. So and we're going to market it on Amazon Prime. Well, what kind of Showa writer can we use for a show that's exclusively seen on Japanese Amazon Prime? Kamen Rider Amazon.
Nah.
So what do they?
That's how. With it.
Go ahead.
It was just they were marketing on Amazon Prime. It's like Amazon's the obvious choice.
Yep. And so we discover that there's this laboratory creating artificial life forms that they are calling Amazons. And our main character happens to be the son of one of these scientists, specifically one of the board members or high-ranking officials in this company. And he has to take specific medications every day, intravenously. As we continue on, we find out that he is not exactly human. As a matter of fact, we find out that this woman that he believed to be his mother for so long actually adopted an Amazon because she thought he was special. Later on down the line, we find out that there is one more Amazon just like our main character. Just like our main character, Haruka. And this person happens to carry around a special belt that boosts the power that Amazons have. And he's got a spare.
Ooh.
That's right. So, what does he do? He's given this belt by the Amazon Alpha, the Kamen Rider Amazon Alpha's, well, I guess she's his wife. I do believe they directly call her wife. It's never really alluded to. It never really stuck out to me that way. Anyway, so he is given the Omega driver.
Mm-hmm.
And while when he transforms without the belt, he looks a lot like Alpha, when he transforms with the belt, he's given a much sleeker, more Heisei-looking design.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we start to break away from the original Kamen Rider Amazon. Because while Kamen Rider Amazon, the original, did have a belt, it was not a henshin belt. It was a utility belt. He transformed using an armband called the Gigi armlet.
Mm-hmm.
In this show,
the Gigi armlet is that right? Is in here, right?
Well, there's something that looks like the Gigi armlet. Instead, it's actually a tracker and a little device that suppresses the desire to eat human meat in Amazons. And
I heard
because
it was a
the
lot
thing is,
like Tokyo Ghoul because people have been constantly trying to recommend Amazon to anime fans by comparing it to Tokyo Ghoul.
it is a bit like Tokyo Ghoul, actually. It is very much like Tokyo Ghoul. Continuing on, these little armlets that they're wearing, they just call them armlets, as far as I'm aware.
Mm.
They've got this flaw. These people cannot track these Amazons until they awaken, meaning they've eaten enough human meat to the point where they metamorphose into a higher form.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, I think that's a major design flaw. If you don't have a tracker that's working active every single minute on your biological weapon, you're doing something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so we see that Haruka is given one of these armbands by Alpha to suppress his need for human meat. And they're not partners. I want to press that right now. They're not partners. They don't even work together. Alpha is only out to kill Amazons because he believes them to be filth, and he plans on killing himself after all that's done. Haruka doesn't know where he stands, and most of this series is just him trying to figure that out. And we see how his new Amazon lifestyle, becoming a hunter of Amazons, is colliding with his previous lifestyle as a human. Then he figures out that they've developed this way to kill all the Amazons in the city. And then he has to face a moral dilemma as to what to do about it. That is Kamen Rider Amazons. Now, I believe it stands very firmly alongside the original Kamen Rider Amazon for keeping true to Kamen Rider Amazon's original theme of gore.
Yeah, the Amazon was notoriously known for gore and didn't last long because of it.
Unfortunately, even though it wasn't real blood, it was like green, goop, or blue.
Well, actually, there was one monster that had red blood.
There was?
When you first look at Kamen Rider Amazon see a picture of Amazon slashing at a giant crab and red blood spewing out. It's orange, but that's just because of the lighting.
Yep. Now, Kamen Rider Amazon.
Sorry.
Fair enough. You think they're using what?
Super 8 camera. It had a much different lighting at the time.
Yeah, but that'd be a pain. That would be a pain to convert to digital, so that they can broadcast it to Amazon.
Yeah, think of what camera they used at the time. I know Super 8.
They might have used a filter.
Okay. That makes sense. You were about to tell me something.
Yes. Now, Kamen Rider Amazon Omega does have weapons and he does use them. What he does is what would normally be called the Condor, the belt that he uses. He grabs the weapon and pulls, and he can withdraw a sickle or a spear. Now, it seems to me that now because of the gore that this weapon is covered in when he pulls it out, that this thing is grown in his body. And he just flings it.
Pull it out. Hold on a second. I need to find a place to plug my phone in real quick.
Yep. While you're doing that, let me go over. You do that.
Yeah. Keep talking.
In which we meet Kamen Rider Neo. Now, Neo uses a completely newly designed driver and has completely new looking armor, as well as a new armband. Now, the shtick for him is that he was raised by Amazons, and that his DNA is part Amazon, part human.
Mm-hmm.
And that he grew at an accelerated rate. That he was born from characters that we know. Who, I'm not sure, but from characters that we know. Now, when he transforms, you can clearly see that there's armor plating all over him. As a matter of fact, what people thought were yellow eye lenses were actually shades that rest over his real red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And my reason for believing that these weapons are grown inside the Amazon's body, well, in order to transform, he plugs a syringe into his driver, clicks it up, and then injects it. And that transforms him. Then he hits the button on the syringe again, and it says blade loading, and you see a plate of his armor come off, and molten metal form a blade with a handle for him.
Okay.
That's why I think it's grown in the body. Now, we learn all about these characters. We learn about their dynamics. In Season 2, we see some old friends come back. And that's about as far as I've watched. And I would say there's plenty of goodness ahead.
Is anyone watching, by the way?
One person, but that could be me.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up real quick. I'm gonna come back in 5 minutes. I just need to find an outlet to plug up to.
Okay, no.
Because I'm at 2%.
Alrighty.
All right. Keep the audience entertained.
I will. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, well, he does that. Oh, and we dropped to 0 viewers. Okay, that was not me then watching. So we will have to figure that out later. So, I'm sorry, I'm getting my phone set up so that he can message me when he's ready. Okay, so Kamen Rider Amazons is an amazing series, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who wants to get into Kamen Rider but is turned off by the appearance that it is too kid-friendly. It's not, but if you need something gritty, Kamen Rider Amazons is the way to watch it, and there's a way to watch it in the US. All you got to do is start a Japanese Amazon Prime account, and you can watch it legally on Amazon. I would love to be able to. I would love to be able to continue to pay for episodes as they come out, and I would love for Toei to keep doing shows like this. I think that'd be an awesome thing for them to do, is just like revamp old Showa riders on Amazon. I mean, they did it with Amazon himself. They did it with, well, he didn't get his own show, but he got a movie, Kamen Rider Ichigo. I would like to see them personally, I would like to see them redo V3 and Rider Man, because I would love to see just an updated look or a modernized look of the Rider Man helmet. This would obviously probably be its own continuity, but at the same time not, because the Amazons from Kamen Rider Amazons appeared in an X8 special. I can't remember which one. I think it was the movie war. Geez, I've run out of stuff to talk about. Well, while Kenny gets back, I guess I'll just bust out the old guitar and then I'll strum while I talk. Because that's about all I'm good for on my lonesome. Not very good at it. So, I think while we are waiting, we'll go into a bit of an open discussion. I see one viewer. Will the one viewer please make yourself known? I would love to go into. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, there we are.
What?
Are we good? Uh-oh. Well, he sorts that out. Because, Kenny, you're frozen. I can't see or hear anything you're saying, buddy. It doesn't look like we've got anyone for questions either. I'll wait till you pop back on, and we'll see. Let me turn off my fan because it has started raining, and I don't want water to get into my room. So you'll have to excuse me 1 second. You there? Hello? Okay. So, while we're waiting for Kenny to figure this out, that's actually, how long have we been running? I forgot to set a timer. We've been running for 36 minutes. It'd be kind of short to stop now. So what we're going to do is we are going to talk about this little thing that I've noticed is a big deal. Well, not a big deal, but something that happens a lot. Custom henshin belts on app stores and Google Play stores. Or rather, they're self-made ones, self-invented, what have you. I think the biggest issue with them is that they just draw a driver on the phone sideways and then have like a little animation over it. Now the animation is fine. I would like to keep that. But if you're going to make a henshin belt design, play off the fact that it's a cell phone. You know, play it up. Don't draw other stuff. Make it feel like an app, or have it so that you scan QR codes to unlock new powers. I think that'd be kind of cool. You could create your own hero. It doesn't have to be a common rider. I actually got one recently. I'm going to do a little mini review of it. And it's just called hold on. I know what it's called. I'll just open it up. It's called Hero Henshin Belt, and it's your it's your bare bones henshin belt. It's loading right now. Again, this is probably not helping. It'll probably look a lot better when I pick one. We'll pick the Aito belt, which, by the way, if you want to know which belt you're selecting, you hit it, and
Aito Super Bell.
We'll click Start. And it's got two different voices, which I think is a detriment to it. I think one voice would be enough. Now, here's the belt on its own. I don't know how well you guys are seeing that. You're supposed to be pushing this to activate stuff. It's not working at the moment because I don't have an element picked. Yes, it's one of those typical element themes that you see in fan riders a lot. For the sake of because it's red, we'll pick fire. By the way, you can...
Element.
Yeah, it lets you know it's an element.
Element. Element. Eject.
Yes, you inject. Wheel slides to the side.
Okay, I'm back.
1 minute. Now, as you can see, it's primed and ready. We hit this little button here.
Fire. Class. Henshin.
And it just plays that for a minute. And obviously, you can hit the button over and over again. It doesn't do anything. It just starts that over again. as I said, it's a very basic, bare bones Henshin Belt app, and it's
Where'd you
got
get this?
potential. The Play Store, the Google Play Store.
Oh, okay.
Um, Now, I think if they took advantage of the fact that it is a phone app and kind of played off of that, it would make a much better time, because then you could just get like a little sideways phone case, stick it on whatever duty belt you've got, and you've got a driver to design your own custom Kamen Rider.
Yeah. So is there anyone on to ask questions?
We've got one viewer, doesn't want to speak, but that's fine.
Mhm.
Uh,
Is there anything else to talk about, or you think we're good?
well, we've only been running for about 40 minutes.
Yeah, my phone's also at 6%. I had to at least get enough battery to 10 minutes.
Yep. Well, I don't think really there's anything that we can talk about anymore, so it's going to be another short episode. Next week, I think what we're going to do is we are going to talk about that Gamera movie that I had planned for us to do, but things didn't go through. So
Oh, yeah, that's right.
we're going to watch from this till next set, from here till next week, we're going to find some time to watch Gamera versus Monster X. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about the latest Kamen Rider X8 episode. We're going to talk about Gamera, and we're going to have a good time.
Yes, we are.
All right. Well, you Weekend Warriors, I'm glad you tuned in to watch us. Remember to head back to the Weekend Dojo channel page to check out all of our individual channels. I am getting something up. I am editing something tonight. Unfortunately, that means it won't be up until tomorrow. I apologize. I know I promised I was going to get something out this week on my Facebook. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you later, Bugheads.
And remember to stay more phenomenal, everybody.